bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, what's good? Happy Monday. Good afternoon and welcome. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 107 The Score mobile app, and yours at doubleTSportsNetwork.com. Also on TV, Fox 34 News now, YouTube, your Fire Stick, your Roku, Apple TV. Lots of different ways to take us in. However you're doing so, we're glad that you've decided to make us part of your Monday afternoon. We being myself, Chois Woodman, alongside Chris Snead, Clint Scott across the way handling us today. You can also join us. If you got thoughts, comments, questions, bring them all in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 The Score mobile app, which you can carry anywhere with you, even listening out in Mormon Bar, California. You thought that was going to be in Utah. Ayo, Sneeder.
What's up?
We survived the bye week.
Yeah, we did.
I actually enjoyed the bye week. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am enjoying a fun Texas Tech football season, but holy cow, there was a ton of good football to watch this weekend.
Yeah,
that was
take in some good football and then watch some more good football.
You know, fishing, hunting, other things that are going on in a bye week. These are all good things. You could tell us.
Did you get any hunting and or fishing?
Clint did the fishing. I did the hunting.
Okay.
No gathering after the hunting though. Didn't.
You didn't catch anything?
Shoot anything?
You didn't shoot anything?
What
were you attempting to shoot?
I did. Neil's the one. No, we actually went archery season open this weekend.
Oh, really?
So hunted some deer and saw, but did not.
I thought deer season didn't open until October 1st.
Archery opens.
Oh.
No, deer rifle season opens in November.
Yeah.
So, but archery opens in this last weekend.
Okay.
So did a little bit of that.
Bow hunting.
Yeah. Sat there. It was way too hot to hunt. Didn't feel right. But you could tell us how you spent your bye week. Welcome to do that on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Were a lot of good games. We might have learned stuff about the Big 12. I still don't know. It's hard to figure out what we learned over the weekend.
Did we learn? Is Utah good, or is West Virginia really bad?
I think Utah's good. I said that after last week.
Can I say yes to both?
You can say both.
I think both. I
think Utah's good.
I think both are true. Yeah. West Virginia is one of the bottom 2, maybe 3 teams in the league.
Yeah. We're also finding out that is Arizona State good?
Yeah. They have the longest Power 4 conference winning streak right now of any team. They've won 8 in a row in their conference.
In their conference?
Yeah, conference.
Okay, conference. Streak. I thought you were saying, because we know that they lost to Mississippi State.
No, 8.
Who we think is pretty good now.
That's a much better team than I would have thought. Man, they let that one get away.
Yeah.
They did.
Against
Tennessee. But
all of a sudden we're going, Mississippi State is pretty good.
Pretty cool. Oh, wrong button.
Pretty good.
So, yeah, there's that. We'll discuss what we learned, if anything, about the Big 12 Conference as we roll along this afternoon. We'll get into polling and Super Bowl halftime performers.
Oh, my gosh.
Quarterbacks getting jumped in Dublin.
Just don't care.
Some people do. There's a lot of people that do.
I know there's a lot of people that do.
You don't have to. No one's going to make you care.
I think the Super Bowl halftime show might be one of the biggest waste of time of all things. I mean, just it's almost as if it's a bigger show than the actual game. And I fear we have gotten to that point, and that makes me sad because I just don't care who plays at halftime. I really don't. I mean, and I couldn't tell you who played last year at halftime, and certainly I can remember a couple of halftime shows. One was Michael Jackson, One was Prince.
You're really dating yourself on the Michael Jackson one.
And one was Janet Jackson.
Lady Gaga.
No. And the only reason we remember Janet Jackson is because Justin Timberlake had a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, he didn't have the wardrobe malfunction.
I mean, and that's outside of that. I couldn't tell you. We had, who did last year? Who was last year?
Kendrick Lamar.
Who? Yep. Kendrick Lamar? Oh, was that the controversy one?
I don't think there. I mean, he basically
he did
spent
the
whole
song
thing
that called out Drake.
Yeah, he spent the whole thing rapping about Drake and stuff. So.
Why do we care?
Well, not the whole thing, but the one song, and that was when they brought out like Serena Williams was.
That's the "They Not Like Us" one. Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm angry with myself that I've actually spent.
Yeah, you
3
spent
minutes
way more
now
time on this.
talking about how much I hate the halftime.
Bad Bunny, by the way, the halftime performance.
WWE superstar Bad Bunny.
I wouldn't.
Oh, I was actually going with
Bad Bunny was in this room with me.
The waiter and Happy
right
Gilmore
now,
too.
There's two people in this room with me, and Bad Bunny was one of them. I wouldn't know which one he was.
I think you would. Y'all don't look the same. I don't get that.
I hope he wears the island hat that he was wearing in the release.
Oh, yeah.
The Hawaiian punch hat.
Yeah. I know Bad Bunny as the waiter in Happy Gilmore too. That gets fired by Travis Kelce.
I haven't seen Happy Gilmore 2. It's on my Netflix. I haven't had a flight long.
You got flights, man.
I haven't had a flight long enough to sit down and watch it.
It's not that long. It's like an hour and a half.
Well, I didn't take it out. Well, I guess I could have folded back.
I was about to say you've had close to an hour and a half flight.
I could have watched it come back from Nashville.
Nashville, but your flight will be shorter this week. Snead's SEC location.
Houston.
Okay, not SEC.
I'm going. I got off week, so I'm going to go.
Off
I'm
week.
I'm going to go watch Tech. Me and the missus are going to go down and see Kaylee.
Was there anything in the Big 12 or elsewhere in college football? We already talked about Utah a little bit, but that changed your mind or altered the way you think of anybody, or is it just the Big 12 being the Big 12? Because Houston almost got beat on Friday night by Oregon State.
And, I think Houston probably got caught looking ahead at Tech.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Yeah.
Which, if I'm a Tech fan, I don't necessarily just go, oh, Houston is not nearly as good as we thought. I think Houston was probably caught peeking ahead to the Tech game and their cool blue uniforms that they're going to wear. And I think that they're going to be refocused and have Texas Tech is going to have their full attention. So if I were Joey, and I'm not, I would probably be reminding those guys of that. These guys are, and now here, Sherwood's coming back home with a couple of guys that played there, and there's going to be some absolute, they're going to be working very hard to put it on Tech's defense.
They will.
And I just, I don't know if they have the horses to do that, because what I saw last Friday night was a team that had a team that we just carved up with our offense, which it's good. I mean, very good offense. However, we carved that offense up, that defense up, and those guys were flying around and making plays against Connor Wegman in that Houston offense, which is supposed to be, better.
Yeah.
Explosive.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
That's Chris Snead. I'm Chois Woodman. Clint Scott across the way taking care of us.
He was playing some Billy Paul.
Who?
Billy Paul.
Y'all keep those thoughts coming in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll read several right now. Shelley says, Snead, were you at Kyle Field on Saturday?
No.
He mentioned it kind of in passing. Nashville.
Yeah, I was. Well, I'll say I was at Maryville.
Yep.
I can say it now that the game's already happened. I can say
Vandy and Alabama.
I can say where I was.
See, Vandy and Alabama will be a ranked matchup for the first time since 1937.
Exactly.
Holy cow.
Did you know that if you look into the history of the SEC, the first 12, 13 years of that, Vanderbilt was the school.
Them in Tulane, right?
Yeah, Vanderbilt was the school of the SEC, and they won conference championships. I think they got a natty in there too.
Probably. We went undefeated on the bye week. There you go. Football scheduling question. What do y'all think of this? 13 games, all Power 4 teams carry a 9-conference game schedule. 2 non-cons must be against other Power 4. 1 game, group of 5. 1 can be FCS at home, but must be week 1 or week 2, only to financially help the FCS schools. Or 12 regular season games with 1 preseason game, same format. That's from Charlie. Yes to any of that.
My only difference would be I don't have a problem with here's the thing. You're not everyone wants to get all the Power Fours playing all the Power Fours. Keep saying this over and over and over again.
He said 10 out of the 11 out of the 13 games would be Power 4.
Okay.
Let's still leave some room where it's not all of them.
But if you start everyone playing Power 4 against Power 4, someone's still going to go 0-12.
Sure.
That is the problem with that. It's everyone has this assumption, all the Big Ten schools and all the SEC schools are all going to go 12-0. Nope. Someone's going to go 0-12.
Yeah.
and even it doesn't matter if you put all the best schools together.
Well, it's the same thing, but then it's the same as college football. Sometimes you can play Power 4 teams or power conferences, and you just don't know what's going to be in college basketball.
I think in the grand scheme of things, the one thing I would like to see is get this FCS games out of the fall, put them in the spring.
I would be fine with the fall if it was a true preseason. Like if you do it like a preseason game.
A preseason game or a preseason game.
Call it a preseason
game.
An
FCS game.
It doesn't count for anybody's
It wasn't
record.
count on anyone's schedule. You
would still get plenty of people that show up because they're thirsting for football. If it's the first game.
Yeah. You put them in.
Refs can wear shorts.
Refs can wear shorts.
I'm down. Although you may not want to. All the crap that I have to put on under my pants there, the leg sleeves and the KT tape and all the wraps and
Let's go.
You may not want to see me in shorts out there.
We always want to see you in shorts, Snead.
No, you don't. Chicken legs.
The Super Bowl event is catering for the 30 and younger. They do their calculating and ignore all the whining. The more you want, the more they're going to watch it. Want to watch it, you're hooked on it. Okay.
I want to watch the Super Bowl. When the halftime show comes on, I go and get me some ribs and brisket in the kitchen and probably freshen up my drink and
freshen up.
But I'm not going to pay attention to who's singing and dancing on the football field for 28 minutes.
I would have assumed Bad Bunny was a woman and Snead was close to getting a divorce and fired. Okay.
What?
What'd you say about Bad Bunny? I can't remember.
What did I say about Bad Bunny?
I don't know. Choice, are you a Cowboys or a Chiefs fan? Cowboys fan. But I also enjoy the Chiefs. I root for Pat Mahomes. If Pat Mahomes wasn't there, I wouldn't root for the Chiefs. So
I'm the same.
Sorry, Clint.
I mean, I only casually pay attention to the Chiefs because Mahomes is there.
Yeah,
you guys just wait until Jacob Rodriguez gets drafted to that defense.
And then it would be interesting.
I would be rooting for them.
I was excited about that. But until he does, he's a Red Raider.
Are y'all concerned?
He's always a Red Raider, Snead.
Yeah, not until then. Forever.
I mean, hashtag. Well, I'll just keep that to myself.
Are y'all concerned that that McGuire could take the Arkansas job or any other job that could open? No, I'd tell you right now. Look, you are legitimately one of the best jobs in the country right now with the way you spend, because that's the most important thing when it comes to college football is, do you have donors willing to back you? And you do. The way you spend, your facilities are A+ in both of those categories. Mm-hmm. And the thing you don't have going for you that some other universities do, some others, is you haven't won at a high level yet.
That's basically it.
Once you check that box, it changes even more. So
what's the difference between?
Why would Arkansas be a better job right now?
What's screaming at Arkansas that says you want to go there and jump into that?
The conference they play in, I guess, would be the one thing.
And that's been good for the last 3 coaches there because what?
Yeah.
I mean, tell me again.
Bobby Petrino's back, baby.
Because, Petrino was there, got fired. Bielema got there, got fired. Sam Pittman, great dude, got fired.
Yeah. Yep. So
I mean, Petrino's back there again. Remember the guy that they got fired? And then they're all doing backflips up in Fayetteville right now. Because the guy that they fired is back. Because even though they got fired for off the field stuff, not anything on the field.
Gordo says Switchfoot is a hard pass. Snead, do you think Choice has ever heard of Voices Carry by Till Tuesday? Can you teach him the words and sing it next week?
Oh, time, take me down, down. Voices carry. Oh.
Skillet, wow, was Nickelback busy? Who said Skillet?
No one.
That was Switchfoot. Did someone say Skillet?
Skillet.
Okay. I wouldn't walk across the street to watch an FCS game that doesn't count. If it's part of your season ticket package.
You know what? Hey, let me ask you this question. If Texas Tech announced that they were playing WT for in the spring game, or let's put McNeese State was coming up here.
Throw an FCS in. Say Tarleton. Say Abilene Christian.
Well, they're one now.
Those are both FCS. McNeese is also FCS.
Yeah, I knew that. Okay, let's call Tarleton. You're gonna play Tarleton on a weekend in April. Would you come up here? I bet you would. I bet you'd get out, you'd come up to Lubbock, and you'd watch that, and we'd probably have 45,000 in the stadium for that. In the spring.
I think you would have a lot of people. I don't know if it'd be 45,000 in the spring. But if it's the
I bet you would have you put that in conjunction with a baseball weekend.
The NFL doesn't have trouble selling their preseason games because they put it part of their season package.
You have to buy the season
right. So they don't have problem with it. If you do the same thing
but they also don't care if you come or not either.
Sure, but they still fill those stadiums.
They sure do.
They do.
A lot of people, that's the only game that they get to go to.
Because it's a game experience.
It is.
And you can still go get your concessions and still go have a relaxing day against an FCS opponent.
You can go
and have an exhibition.
Tailgate.
People, look, you may be like that user BCOHQUE. Close enough. You may be like that where you're not going to walk across the street to watch an FCS opponent in an exhibition game. But there are enough people out there that are thirsting for college football in August.
I would.
Thirsting for it. That you're absolutely going to have plenty of people show up. If you know
why I know you would? Because you're probably on a message board. Hey, anyone got a practice report today?
Yeah.
You're tuning into podcasts from guys to listen to guys who got to spend 10 minutes at practice telling you what they saw in the first 10 minutes of practice before they get.
Did that game against Pine Bluff? I mean, in the end, did it really mean anything to your season? Kent State, for that matter, for what we thought of them, and people showed up.
60,000.
Pine Bluff, yeah. You sold out both of those games. 60 grand in there. Plenty more on this is Skillet. Plenty more on the Yates Flooring Center chat line, including the AP poll.
This is Skillet?
This is Skillet, yeah.
I never heard this either.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
That'll be part of your Monday afternoon. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. DoubleTSportsNetwork.com. Choice Jamie Brennan with you on this Monday. We survived the bye week. Rather enjoyed the bye week. We'll get some baseball thoughts from Jamie coming up here shortly as he got to take a look at the Red Raiders down in Round Rock against some different competition, Texas Longhorns. We'll dive into that here shortly. I want to wrap up this conversation. We're talking about Texas Tech. This was all spurned on by a texter who asked if Texas Tech went undefeated, how high would they be ranked? Someone says undefeated with this schedule does not necessarily mean top 5. Here's the catch, Jamie. You do need help inside the conference. You can't just be the only good team in the conference. So you need,
especially when your non-conference schedule was.
But here's the part
difficult.
Here's the part of the non-conference thing. The AP freaking doesn't care on these voting. Texas is 9 in the AP poll. I just went over this a little bit ago, but you know who their wins are? They're 3-1. They're 2 spots ahead of the Red Raiders. Mm-hmm. Who are their wins?
Nobody good.
1-3 San Jose State, 1-4 UTEP, 0-4 Sam Houston State. Yet they get the benefit of the doubt.
What was the score of their game in Columbus? One score, wasn't it? 7-point game?
I think so. And that's fine.
I mean, 1 point or 1 score game on the road in the number 1 team in the country.
Okay.
That's why they get the benefit of the doubt.
No, we shouldn't do that. Why do we not emphasize winning more? Win the football game. No, period. Like, they looked bad in those other games, or 2 of the other 3 bad games.
They looked bad at times in that game against Ohio State, too.
Penn State played Oregon really well at home, but lost. Mm-hmm. I mean, they got wins over who else? 1-3 Nevada. They've got 2-2 FIU, 2-2 Villanova. Like, my point is, we can't hone in on Texas Tech's poor non-conference schedule, because it was poor, and not do it to other teams in the top 10.
That's fair, but yours was epically bad.
No worse than Texas's. San Jose State, UTEP, and Sam Houston. No worse. And they get another cupcake later this season. No worse. It's not.
An FCS program, the worst team in college football a year ago.
Which is better than, I would argue, better than UTEP this year.
And a team that's 0-5.
Who's Sam Houston is 0-4. So it's the same stuff. It is. Theirs is, I didn't say it was better than. I said it's no worse than. My point is that...
I mean, we are arguing about these non-conference schedules.
We're arguing about it because Texas gets the benefit. If Texas Tech doesn't get the benefit, I agree with you that they've got to have help in the conference. That's going to be the difference.
Right. And I'm again, just because teams are going to beat teams, I still think there's a good chance if you're undefeated, even if the conference doesn't help you that much, I still think you have a good chance to be one of those top 4 seats.
Go win your games in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what
nobody's suggesting anything different. But you are more confident. What did we go? 6.9% more confident than I am. You're 99.9%. You are the guy that always claims SEC bias.
Yeah,
okay, and you're completely forgetting that here. And that, don't you think? My point is that these people have SEC bias, and if there's a one-loss SEC team, they might get in ahead of you. I said might, no guarantee. I don't know. What's it look like? They might get in ahead of you.
There's still something different, and I'm talking about 13-0, not just 12-0.
Yeah.
There's something different about being undefeated. That 0 next to your name, especially if you're a Power 4 team and undefeated, if that's the case, and I don't think there's going to be many of these, if any others, in college football this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was a metric that was put out. Oregon has the best chance at being undefeated. Texas Tech's number 2. At a chance at an undefeated season.
You are a black and white guy. I am a gray guy. Okay, which makes you way more entertaining on the radio.
No,
because you're more strongly opinionated about things. I use words like maybe and probably and should be really and could be. Okay, because I'm not as confident as in my thoughts and theories as you are. Okay.
Balance me out, Jamie.
I'm at 93% saying you got a really good shot, but I'm leaving some gray area there.
You are. Yeah. This, changing subjects here. Someone commented earlier about Terrence Steele not acknowledging Tech during the taped player introductions. I responded by saying I don't believe he's ever acknowledged Tech. I think he did his rookie year. Do you have any idea why it seems like he shuns Tech? Has he been slighted in some way?
Terrence Carter or Terrence Steele?
Steele.
You know, I
Steele
feel like
in the NBC intros.
Right. I think you said Carter.
Did I say? I thought I said Steele.
I feel like he's been Steele High School the whole time. And I'll tell you, because I feel like as a rookie, people were bothered by it, like it shocked them the first time.
I thought it was last year that it started, because I really thought during his rookie season he did it, and then I was like, oh, cool, another Red Raider.
I'm not 100% certain. I can't ever remember. I just feel like people have been complaining about this for a while. Initially, I was like, okay, he wants to give his high school some love. I don't have a problem with it. I think now it kind of bothers me like, okay, it's not an every other year thing. You don't want to give us any love at all?
Sure.
It's not like last year it was your high school. Now it's Texas Tech. Like, you don't want to be associated with us at all. So it never bothered me until this year. For some reason, now this year, I'm like, okay, all right, duly noted.
But I will say I have noticed lots of these other guys getting loose with it. I wish NBC would say, name your college. Because no one has just gone high school at this point. Like, we're past that point, right? I think.
What do you mean?
Like, we're past the point where any players in the league left from high school to pro.
Oh, no. There's
that. I mean, that's 20 years ago, right? The last time they allowed that.
Who in the NFL has done that? I don't even know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I thought that was a rule before, or they put that rule into place before NBA did.
Yeah, I don't ever remember guys coming from high school to play in the NFL.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I have been bothered by it, but I don't know. I would like to know the story if he felt like he didn't like his time here, or
like I said, last year he went with his high school, and now this year he goes with Tech. But I mean, maybe they just do it one time when they come into the league, and they don't do it again. I don't know. The little open they showed with Micah Parsons doing it last night, it looked like he couldn't have been more bothered for having to do it. It was really odd.
Yes. Yeah, it was odd. It was
like
odd.
He was like, do I really have to do this? Like, he was so bothered. So anyway, maybe they just do it one time.
Possibly.
And unless you want to change it, you don't have to. And it may be a situation where Terrence Steele's like, I just don't want to go deal with it.
I think they record them every, media day or whatever when they do that stuff. NBC sets up and has every team do it because, I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think they do it once a year because I think hairstyles change and those sorts of things. But,
oh, yeah.
So
I changed my color. I'd want my
you got
dye job to be shown off, right?
Right.
Blondes
if you get a perm.
Blondes have more fun.
Perms are coming back. Have you seen this? On a guy.
Which one?
No, I saw one of the Packers had a perm last night.
What was he, in Caucasian or an African American?
I think he was white. No, I know one of my friend's kids got a perm a couple, last year or something.
Yeah, well, if we're saying because there's a 6-year-old doing it, it's the right thing.
It was a 6-year-old. He's a teenager.
Yeah.
Choice, does the playoff committee take into account hotels, flights, etc., like the NCAA does when it runs March Madness? Do you get to use your home PA announcers, etc., for a playoff game, or does the playoff manage every aspect? Gordo, P.S., what up, Jamie?
I bet you get to use your own PA guy.
I
wouldn't think there's any concern with Lubbock not having enough hotels.
They're not NCAA rules when it's the playoff, like we have in college baseball, where you
and remember our stadium
songs and these sorts of things.
Our stadium is our stadium.
Yeah.
Just because it's a college football playoff game, we don't suddenly get 40,000 more seats.
No.
Okay, and so that means there's 40,000 more people in town that need hotel rooms. You only have 62,000 seats. That's all you have. So you should be fine with your hotel. So the hotel
situation should be the same as normal.
Yeah, as a regular. I mean, we keep selling out home games, so it shouldn't be any different, right?
I think it would be fine there.
A little bit more media, probably.
Probably, yeah. I'd say so. It's the bottom line. Got a question of the day up next on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
With Jamie Lent, I'm Chois Woodman. Brandon Riker across the way taking care of us. That was per request from the chat line. So.
Did you know that Hines called you Brandon?
Oh, is that what happened? Let's go, Brandon.
When did this happen?
Last Friday.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's funny.
It's fine. It happens all
I
the
actually
time.
didn't even know what that was from. Now it's even better.
I know. I saw it on the chat line. I was like, okay,
what's that about?
What is this about?
We'll get Jamie's observations from the scrimmage coming up here in about 15 minutes.
What did you say, Brandon, that old people suck? Is that what you said?
I did not say that back here. No.
Right now, it's time for a question.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Brought to you by someone not named Jamie and presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
All right, Jamie. Brennan, our fine listening audience. What do you believe is the perfect overtime in football? Create it yourself. It doesn't have to be one that exists right now. What is the perfect overtime scenario for the sport of football?
College rules as far as start, but not at the 25, but start at the 40. Get yourself at least one first down before you get into field goal range.
40, yep.
And do away with the have to go for two after the, or just, I'm okay with the after the second one you have to go for two, but I don't want it to just be 2-point conversion plays after that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too. Yeah. Yep. So back to the old rules of college football before the 2-point conversion, except you would move it back to the 40.
I'd start at the 40.
Yeah.
Yep. You at least have to accomplish something to get into field goal range.
Brennan?
I would also do away with the zombie runner.
We were not talking about college football, or about baseball, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
What if in college football overtime we had a zombie player where each team
Here we go.
gets an extra player?
12 on 12.
Man.
Sorry, tricked up enough. Let's go.
I let my opinions slip into the Tech baseball broadcast on Saturday.
Did you? I missed that part.
When I said, oh, we're in the 10th, and unlike Major League Baseball, there are no stupid zombie runners out there.
You threw a stupid in there. Jamie, what if there were 2-year-olds listening to your broadcast?
Well, I'm sure there were lots of them.
I wasn't talking about Clint.
Those are my people.
Brennan?
I would, for your first overtime, each team gets a possession, start at the 50. If it goes to a second overtime, you have to scoot up to the 30.
Ooh, I like this, Brennan.
Oh, you're going up. Okay.
Yes. Or probably more 35. And then your third overtime, from third overtime and beyond, it goes from the 25-yard line. No forced 2-point conversions. You can choose the PAT or you can choose to go for two whenever you want in overtime.
Straight up the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
And the 12th man. We're adding another player.
Okay, mine was actually, I think I like Brennan's better than what I had before. Mine was the 50. I mean, midfield is fine. The 40, I would be better than it's got right now. Better than what you're at right now. But the 50 is kind of what I'm thinking. You start there, you move on. You get into field goal range, great. But I'm okay with the forced 2-point conversions after the first one. Didn't we used to have it after the second overtime? I think it was back and forth, first and second overtime, and then the third overtime was when the 2-point conversion started.
I thought it was the third, yeah.
I think that's what it used to be.
Yeah.
Now it's...
But, I mean, you could go for two after the first.
Now it's first, and then we get to a second, and that's when the 2-point conversions start after touchdowns, and then it's 2-point conversion fest after that.
Now, here's something interesting in the scenario I drew up. If it's overtime number 1, and you're at the 50, and you go like 3 and out, if you punt it, if it's not returned for a touchdown, the other team will start on the 50-yard line. Or if it's the second possession of the first overtime and the punt return does not go for a touchdown, then it starts at the 35.
Okay.
And so forth.
Yeah, I think I liked your move it up. I don't know how many increments I would do. Maybe it's 5 yards at a time. Start at the 50, go to the 45, go to the 40. But maybe it's 10 yards until the 25. But I like that. I think that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, pro is moving in the right direction. College has moved in the wrong direction when it comes to overtime, in my opinion. Pro, at least you get dueling possessions.
Mm-hmm.
At least we're there, where it's not just hinging on a coin flip. I get you can play defense. I get it. But you don't have a chance where only one team touches the ball. So that's a good thing in pro that they've moved that direction. However, the fact that you can still tie in 2025 is stupid. It's dumb. I mean, who wanted less of what we had last night? Why are you wanting to finish a 40-40 game? Finish that sucker. It goes... why do we even have a timed thing going on there? Because right now we have both teams get to possess the ball. It goes sudden death after that. Or you force the issue where Matt LaFleur doesn't go spineless and play for the tie, where it's like, okay, he's got to go for a touchdown here, or he can kick the field goal, but it can go sudden death from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can still tie is stupid. It's dumb in the NFL. You don't need a clock. We've seen that in college, and it's fine. So, I'm still a little bitter that we got a tie last night, but oh well. I guess I don't really feel any different about the Cowboys.
Well, sure, you thought they were going to lose the game, right?
I did, going in.
So, at least they didn't lose.
But they still gave up a lot of points and a lot of yards,
yeah,
which is kind of what I expected.
But their offense looked good against what was supposed to be a good defense.
Except for that last possession. Not the possession. The last 3 plays inside the 5-yard line.
Inside the 10, yeah.
What are we doing there? All of it was pretty darn good. Dak played really well in the game, except for that. Pulled a Nick Shimonek and threw it out of the back of the end zone. So at least it wasn't 4th down. There.
Shimonecking, they call that.
Scott says, I say college and pros just play another full quarter, but then you could still end in a tie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the catch. If you play another quarter.
What if first overtime is a timed quarter, like maybe, let's say, 6 or 7 minutes. Kind of like basketball, where you have a timed overtime. But if you go into a second overtime, that's when you have untimed drives and possessions.
I'd probably be okay with that. I mean, it's better than ending a tie. I would take that over what you got right now. But I really dislike the alternating 2-point conversions. I think I finally understand, Jamie, with the college football overtime, what Tom Stone and every other soccer coach has felt the angst of ending games on penalty kicks. Because that's essentially what it feels like. You've played all of this game, you've played so well, and then we're going to leave it up to penalty kicks to decide
trick it up a little bit,
the fate of your season in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really, it's not the game. That's not what the game's about, is finishing on penalty kicks. And it's not what the game's about, to finish on 2-point conversions. So that's where, I'm not a big fan. Mark says, let's just get away with the overtime. Just do away with it, huh? Go back to the old days.
So as soon as it ends in a tie, it ends in a tie.
You know what? You remember what Texas
Mark
high school...
Mark sounds like he just wanted to get to bed.
Was that you? Are you Mark? Is that your burner? Do you know what high school football used to do to determine...
penetrations.
Penetrations.
Oh.
Penetrations inside the red zone, right?
I think so.
I think that's what it was.
The number of penetrations inside the 20, yes. Yes, how stupid is that?
That was the dumbest thing ever. High school games and seasons could be decided on number of penetrations. Sheesh.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It is time for Tell Me I'm Wrong. Part of the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107 The Score mobile app.
Chippy and Antsy today.
Chois Jamie Brennan. Brennan has so much power. So much power over there. My mic doesn't come on unless he points at me. All right, powerful one over there. What do you got for us today?
All right, I'm here to tell y'all gentlemen today and our fine listening audience that there are only 2 legitimate contenders out of the Big 12 for the college football playoff. The Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Iowa State Cyclones.
You want to answer first? Because I'm mulling it over. Because I've got 4 teams that I
Chris
put
who?
into a group. Do what?
Chris who?
Who said Chris?
Chris mulling it over.
Dang it. No, I clearly tapped the G on that one.
Okay.
It wasn't mulling.
Okay. I say you're wrong because I can envision this scenario where Utah stays perfect the rest of the way. The Red Raiders also make the conference championship game with 0 or 1 loss, and Utah wins that game against the Red Raiders, who will be highly ranked, and Utah gets in.
I think I'm tossing this one back and forth on Utah, Jamie, because I think Utah is an excellent defense, maybe excellent, strong, really good defense. And I think they have a really good offensive line, but I do think they are too one-dimensional against good football teams. The question is, how many good football teams are they going to face in the Big 12?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they face Arizona State, are they good enough to battle them? I'm going to lean towards saying Brennan's wrong because I think you have 4 teams that are in that mix right now. I still believe in Arizona State more than you do. I don't know if I'm going anywhere beyond that. I think BYU I like their defense, but with a true freshman quarterback, I just think it's going to bite them too much. I think they'll be around a 9-win football team, but I don't think that's good enough. So I think there are 4 teams that'll battle. I truly believe it's 2 that are favored, and that will be the toughest 2 to handle in Tech and Iowa State, unless Iowa State runs into more injury trouble, because I think they've got injuries on the defense and kicker position. I think they may have 2 kickers down right now. They're running through some.
Do.
Yeah, they're running through some issues. So, but they're still winning football games. So until they lose, I'm not gonna discount them.
Mm-hmm.
As much as, because I see it as there's only really 2 legit contenders. I don't think anyone outside of the 2 that I've mentioned actually have a good shot of making the college football playoff. But for me, I think Arizona State is a little fraudulent. I know they beat TCU, but I think that's a TCU team that more than anything beat themselves.
Yeah, they should.
Completely.
TCU should have won that game.
TCU was already at a disadvantage with that loss against Arizona State. BYU, I know they kind of struggled against Colorado, but I don't know how far they can make it with a freshman quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, in Utah's case, I want to see them play a complete game against a quality opponent.
Mm-hmm.
They had a complete game against West Virginia, and that was good for them not to stink that up, but that's also
not a quality opponent.
Not a quality opponent. So I think for me right now, it's Texas Tech and Iowa State until one of those teams I mentioned proves that they can contend for a spot in the college football playoff.
I'll keep Utah in my grouping. I think Arizona State and BYU are a step back.
Right now, Jamie, I think Vegas is also worried about Iowa State. The favorites to win the Big 12, Texas Tech a heavy favorite right now, plus 180 to win the Big 12, which is almost 2-1 odds. Arizona State plus 430. They're second. Iowa State's all the way down at plus 650. So I think they're worried about injuries there, and they do still have some tough tests on the schedule. BYU plus 1,000 or 10-1. Utah 11-1. TCU 12-1. Those are your options for Big 12 champions, according to FanDuel. I think right now I view this as this is Texas Tech's league to lose.
Yes.
I know we're still got a lot of football to play. I think they've shown that they are the most talented team. And if you stay healthy in the right spots, I still think you have depth, even if you run into some injuries. But if you stay healthy, this is your league to lose. Nothing's given. You got to go take it. But I do think the maturity thing talked about a little bit ago matters. And this is a very old football team that's played a lot of football. And that'll help you in environments like Houston and maybe Arizona State.
Houston's not going to be a tough environment.
No, it's going to be a 50-50 crowd.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a tough one.
Much as we want to kind of disparage the high school stadium over there, I think it's going to be an amped up environment when you do have both fan bases sparring back and forth. Hopefully not actually fighting in the stands.
Actual sparring?
Not actual sparring, but
verbal sparring.
Just kind of back and forth the energy and rallying behind their team. So I'll be interested to see how to handle that unique of environment, because I remember, and obviously a very different team, but in 22 when Tech went to TCU and it was half and half, you had a good amount of fans there in your favor, and that game did not go your way.
This from the chat line: Utah, Arizona State is this week in Utah. I'm pretty sure it's next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's next week.
Yeah, both of them have byes going into this week, so they can heal up. I actually think that's an advantage for Texas Tech, Jamie. Like, that Arizona State's playing at Utah before they play at home against Tech, because I think that Utah team is extremely physical. So they may be a little battered when you play them. Plus, that's two really tough games back-to-back. So we'll see. I feel
like there's only one really intriguing game in the Big 12
this week.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can guess it for you. I guess you're going K-State, Baylor?
Yeah.
I think Iowa State, Cincinnati's really intriguing.
I guess I'm not sold on Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's favored. They're a 1.5-point favorite in that game.
They sure are.
That's why I'm intrigued by that, because Vegas, I wouldn't favor Cincinnati there, but
I wouldn't either. I
think Brendan Sorsby is probably, maybe outside of Baron Morton, the most underrated quarterback in this league. They're probably the two. I think Sorsby's good. I don't know if I'm sold on Scott Satterfield, but who knows? So glad the Rangers eliminated the Astros from the playoffs by losing to Cleveland. I wasn't rooting for the Rangers to lose, but it was a nice byproduct.
And it was kind of ridiculous how the Rangers lost that game. Hit by pitch with the bases loaded with 2 outs. Like, you got to be kidding me.
Yep, it was walk-off.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that the Astros missed it, but I'm also like, if there wasn't a better example of how this season has gone. Yes.
Or how about the way you lost yesterday? The way you end your season, you score 3 in the 10th and then give up 4.
Yeah.
And that's happened I think that happened against the Mariners.
I think it's happened multiple times where you've scored 3 or more in extra innings and lost. I think the last 2 games, really the series, epitomized what you saw all season. And it could not be more fitting for the Rangers to finish 81-81, because that's what that team was this year.
Yeah, that's
to finish exactly 500. You were good at times and you were bad at times, and it just that was that team. An extremely frustrating team.
I guess we should have got Rowdy Tellez earlier so we could have more big guy dingers.
Jamie's sitting here, right? Can't say those things in front of him.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.